We are looking at comparing rates right now. So rates are just basically like speed and all of those different things that we look at. So we're just going to be comparing which one's faster, which one's slower, all those like which one's more, which one's less. So it says Andrea walks 9 miles in 5 hours. Lewis walks 6 miles in 3 hours. Sally walks 15 miles in 6 hours. Choose the correct answer from the drop down menu to complete the statement. Blank walks the fastest pace. Okay. So we're just going to organize it. I'm going to have Andrea is 9 miles in 5 hours. And I'm going to keep the order the same miles, hours, right? Lewis walks 6 miles in 3 hours. And then Sally walks 15 miles in 6 hours. Okay. So again, order is going to matter. You want to have the miles over the time. Time is always going to go at the bottom. That's just an unwritten rule. Is usually how that works. So if I divide this, 9 divided by 5, it gets me 1.8 miles per hour. So the speed, right, is miles per hour. That's why hour is always last. Here, we're going to do 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So Lewis is walking 2 miles per hour. And then Sally is 15 divided by 6, which is 2.5 miles per hour. So the question wants who's walking the fastest pace. So the fastest speed is going to be Sally because it's greater. Okay. So again, always put your organization of your ratios, right? In the same order to be able to compare them. So again, order is going to matter. This one here, let's see what it's got going on. It says Ahab can make 25 alibers in 8 hours. Okay. Nobody knows what an aliber is. Nobody really cares. So don't get distracted with that. We're just going to say A, right, can make 25 alibers in 8 hours. And then Ji-yoon, again, don't get caught up on the names, can make 200 alibers in 16 hours. Keeping the order the same, A over hours, A over hours. Which one of these comparisons describes the relationship between the two production rates? Okay. So again, we're going to just do the division. 25 divided by 8. Fractions are just division problems. So this gets me 3.125 alibers per hour. And then this bottom one is 200 divided by 16. Fractions are just division. 200 divided by 16 gets me 12.5 alibers per hour. So obviously Jin-yoon is making a whole lot more, right? And this one says Jin-yoon made half as many. Well, Jin-yoon made a whole lot more, so that's not true. Jin-yoon made 4 times as many. We could figure that out in just a second. Jin-yoon made 1/4. Well, a fourth would be less than, so no. And he made twice as many. So we've got to decide how many times this is, right? Well, from here to here, we would basically have to multiply it by 4. So it's going to be 4 times as many. Okay. And again, you could check that in the calculator. You could do 3.125 times 4, and it literally gets you 12.5. So you can put it 4 times as many means times 4, put it in the calculator, and that's what it gets you. Okay. So just knowing the terminology and knowing how to read through it is going to become the issue here. So it's more of a reading comprehension thing. Pears cost $23 for 7 pounds. Bananas are $69 for 42 pounds. So again, we're going to do price per pound. If you're ever talking money, money always goes at the top. So it's $23 for 7 pounds. Our pears and bananas are $69 for 42 pounds. So again, money always goes on the top when we're talking about prices of things because it's $23 per pound. So 23 divided by 7, top divided by the bottom. Fractions are just division. Gets me 3.2857. We're going to have to round here, right? And then 69 divided by 42, fractions are just division, is 1.64. So the pears cost more than the bananas. So it says bananas cost blank as much as the pounds per pear. So let's see. So it's not going to be twice because the bananas are not more expensive. It's not going to be 4 times, right? Because we're actually going smaller here. So it's either 1/4 or 1/2. 1/4 means divided by 4. 1/2 means divided by 2. So I'm going to go back to my calculator and I'm going to say 3.28 divided by 2 gets me 1.64, right? Because if it's half, that means divided by 2. If it's 1/4, that means divided by 4. So if I take this and divide it by 2, it gets me 164. So my answer is that it's half. Okay, so again, knowing the terminology and how to do the math with it. This one here, mixture A has 91 cups of sugar for every 6 cups of water. So we're making some drinks here, right? So we have mixture A is 91 cups of sugar for every 6 cups of water. And if we have sugar over water, mixture B, we're going to do in the same way. Sugar over water, keep it the same. 71 cups of sugar for 29 cups of water. Which one has a greater concentration? So we're just going to put it into the division problem. 91 divided by 6 is 15.167. And then 71 divided by 29 gets me 2.45. So which one is greater? Option A. Okay, mixture A. So again, as you're reading through these, just be real careful that you're reading it in the correct format and that you are paying attention to how it's comparing the words. Object A costs $73 for 5 pounds. So again, always cost per pound or cost per something. This is A. And B is $41 over 25 pounds. Which object has a higher cost? Okay. So again, fractions are just division. If I divide this, it gets me $14.60. And if I divide the bottom one, 41 divided by 25, that gets me $1.64. So my higher cost is going to be A. And make sure you realize this is not in order either. Okay, so slow down, read through it, write your ratios in the same manner. Let's do one more of these together. Leah walks 15 miles in 4 hours. So Leah is 15 and 4. Remember, time always goes to the bottom. Sid is 1 mile in 1 hour. And Sarah is 6 miles in 4 hours. Which person has the slowest pace? So we want slowest in this case. So we're going to come over here and we're just going to do the division. 15 divided by 4 gets us 3.75. Sid, 1 divided by 1 is 1. And then 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. So my slowest person is going to be the smaller number, which is Sid. Okay. So let me know if you need more help. But other than that, 10 points, get more math.